Vamos a ver la presentación de Tesla, Wii Robot. Ya está llegando aquí el auto. Es un auto de dos plazas. Mira, aquí viene saliendo Elon. Me imagino que es una persona, no creo que sea un robot. Se supone que va a probar el auto para que está manejando solo. No tienen alguien que lo esté manejando y no se le notan, no se ve que tenga ni pedales ni volante. No se ve la pantalla. Nada más tiene dos puertas. Y atrás no tiene el cristal el que normalmente lleva en la parte de arriba no lleva cristal, nada de cristal. Es todo, me imagino, todo esto se lo están haciendo sin cristal para reducir costos. Se ve bien. Y tiene la parte de atrás, es diferente a los autos que están ahorita, al Model X y al Y y al Model 3. Me imagino que esa raya que tiene en la parte trasera, esa raya que es continua para el stop del auto, se lo van a... Oh, mira cómo está sacando. Se lo van a dejar al Model Y. Oh, aquí se ve extraño cómo ilumina el piso. Me imagino que ese nada más es para el show de hoy. No creo que vaya a iluminar de esa manera o esté escaneando No creo que esté escaneando la calle. Me imagino que nada más es para el evento de hoy. Lo que me gustó fue cómo que abre hacia arriba las puertas. Se ve muy bien. Pero el tema de Elon es que siempre está, vamos a ver qué dice. Siempre lo que presentes a 5 años. A ver qué dice.
Welcome to the Wii Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're gonna like it. Uh, as you can see, I just arrived in the Robo Taxi, the cyber cab, and there's 20 more where that came from. So they've been traveling. There's no people in them, as you can see. The car's just going by with no people. And we have 50 fully autonomous cars here tonight. So you'll see Model Ys and the Cyber Cab.
Está hablando de que hay
all driverless.
más de 20.
You'll be able
20
to take a
automóviles.
ride in the Cyber Cab. There's no steering wheel
Me
or
imagino que
pedals.
son como unos 50, entre 20 y 50 automóviles
So I hope this goes well.
que van a estar utilizando las personas que están ahí presentes.
So you see a lot of sci-fi movies where the future is dark and dismal, where it's not a future you want to be in. So, like, I love Blade Runner, but I don't know if we want that future. I think we want that duster he's wearing, but not the bleak apocalypse. We want to have a fun, exciting future that if you could look in a crystal ball and see the future, you'd be like, yes, I wish I could be there now. That's what we want. So when we think about transport today, there's a lot of kind of pain that we take for granted that we think is normal. Like having to drive around LA in like 3 hours of traffic. Yeah, and for people that live in LA, I mean, try to get from
Hablando que los robotaxis va a ayudar al medio ambiente a que sea más rápido.
Another city faster than you can get to cross town LA. So,
Más rápido que en lo que ahorita se mueven el transporte público, que va a ser más rápido. Vamos a ahorrar gasolina y dinero, tiempo, más que nada el tiempo, y que van a utilizar todos los parqueaderos para construir
we'll move from
áreas para
supervised full
estar,
self-driving to
áreas verdes.
unsupervised full self-driving, where the car, you could fall asleep and wake up at your destination. So, but there's also a challenge for a lot of people that cars cost too much. I mean, when you factor in everything that goes into a car, and the car insurance, and the car payments, and the storage of the car, it's very expensive. So, and you say, like, how many hours a week are cars used? Your average passenger car is only used about 10 hours a week out of 168 hours. So the vast majority of the time, cars are just doing nothing. But if they're autonomous, they could be used, I don't know, 5 times more, maybe 10 times more. So you could actually, for the same car, would have 5 times as much value, maybe 10 times as much value. There's 168 hours in the week, and like I said, only 10 of them are used for driving. So, and then a bunch of those hours are looking for a parking spot, which is, can be pretty annoying at times. So we want, with autonomy, you get your time back. This is a very big deal. So it's not just it'll save lives, like a lot of lives, and prevent injuries. I think we'll see autonomous cars become 10 times safer than a human. I mean, if you think of times past where there used to be an elevator operator in every elevator, but once in a while they get tired and they accidentally shear somebody in half, So now we have automated elevators. You just get in an elevator and you press a button, and you don't even think about it. And it just takes you to the floor. And if you did see an elevator operator with a big relay switch, you'd be like, that's weird. Now that's how cars will be. And it's not just the lives saved in injuries, but if you think about the cumulative time that people spend in a car and the time that they will get back, that they can now spend, well, I guess on their phones or watching a movie or doing work or whatever you want to do. You can think of the car in an autonomous world as being like just a little lounge. You're just sitting in a comfortable little lounge, and you can do whatever you want while you're in this comfortable little lounge. And when you get out, you will be at your destination. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So in fact, I think the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that you can think of it like individualized mass transit. The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile. Whereas the cost of cybercab, we think probably over time, the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So, yes, and you will be able to buy one.
O sea, en resumen es que vamos a, se va a gastar entre 30 a 40 centavos por milla y vamos a poder ver películas y comer en lo que va conduciendo.
And I think there'll be an interesting, business model where, like, let's say somebody is an, Uber or Lyft driver today, where they can actually sort of manage a fleet of cars and sort of manage, I don't know, 10, 20 cars and just sort of, take care of them like a shepherd tends their flock. You have your flock of cars and you're the shepherd and you take care of your flock of cars. I think that would be pretty cool. I think it's going to be a glorious future. It's going to be really something special. So, yes, good, all excellent questions. So, we do expect actually to start fully autonomous, unsupervised FSD in Texas and California next year.
que
That's with the Model
esperemos, lo
3
que
and
no me
Model
gusta es que
Y,
esperemos
and
que
then
empiecen con
we expect to
el
be in
totalmente
production with
autónomo, con
some
el
cyber
FSD
cabs, which
totalmente
is
autónomo.
really
Esperemos que
um,
él espera
highly
que el
optimized for
siguiente año
autonomous
se pueda,
transport.
pero quién sabe,
In
va a ser el Model Y
probably,
y el Model,
well, I tend to be a little optimistic with time
Model
frames.
Y, Model
Um,
3
but
en California
in
y en Texas
2026,
va a estar con
so
esa opción de
yeah,
totalmente
before 2027, let me put it that way.
autónomo.
And we'll make this vehicle in very high volume, and but well before that, you will experience a robotic taxi via the Model 3 and Model Y program, and Model S and X too. But your 3 and Y will achieve unsupervised full self-driving with permission in wherever regulators essentially approve it in the U.S. and then to follow in outside the U.S. So, and Cybertruck too, yes, of course. Sorry, I don't want to yes. All our cars are basically all cars that we make. So, let's not get nuanced here. All right, next slide. So, one of the reasons why,
Van a ser unos autos totalmente
the
autónomos,
computer can be
entre
so much
comillas,
better than a
en
person is that
2026.
we have millions of cars that are
No,
training
el año que
on driving. So
2025-2026.
it's like living millions of lives simultaneously and seeing very unusual situations that a person in their entire lifetime would not see. But hopefully, yeah, exactly. So so with that amount of training data, it's obviously going to be much better than what a human could be, because you can't live a million lives. And it's also, it can see in all directions simultaneously, and it doesn't get tired or text or any of those things. So it will naturally be, like I said, 10, 20, 30 times safer than a human, just for all those reasons. And I want to emphasize that the solution that we have is AI and vision. So there's no expensive equipment needed. So the Model 3 and Model Y and S and X that we make today will be capable of full autonomy unsupervised. And that means that our cost of producing the vehicle is low. Now, we are going to actually overspec the computer for the Cybercab. So our AI5 computer will be somewhat overspec'd. And because I think there's actually also an opportunity, sort of like an Amazon Web Services, where if the car's driving for 50 hours a week, there's still over 100 hours left. And there's a potential there to have a massive amount of distributed inference compute, where if you've got, like, say, a fleet of 100 million vehicles and a kilowatt of efficient inference compute, you have 100 gigawatts of compute, which is really quite substantial. And if it's there, you might as well use it. So, yeah, so that I think will make sense. So, all right, so our autonomous future is here. As I said, we've got 50 Teslas driving autonomously. We're trying to give you a sense of what cities will be like in the future. And when you get in, you'll see, like, it's really quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great. So, and we have enough vehicles here, so everyone should be able to try it out and experience the set that we've built here. It's a very big set, so it's like really, we've used I don't know, 20, 30 acres or something like that. It's really big. So it goes on, the ride's long. And we set it up to feel like a ride, like a park ride. So it'll be cool, and you'll get to experience it tonight. Something we're also doing is, and it's really high time we did this, is inductive charging. So the Robo Taxi has no plug. It just goes over the inductive charger and charges. So yeah, it's kind of how it should be. Thanks, guys. I love you too. So one of the things that is really interesting is how will this affect the cities that we live in? And when you drive around a city, or when the car drives you around a city, you'll see there's a lot of parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere, parking garages. So what would happen if you have an autonomous world is that you can now turn parking lots into parks. And so we're taking the ing lot out of parking lot. Welcome. So there's a lot of opportunity to create green space in the cities that we live in. So I think that would be quite fantastic. Oh, and also, what happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y? The Robovan. The Robovan is we're going to make this, and it's going to look like that. Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you? That'd be sick. So this can carry up to transport goods. So you can configure it for goods transport within a city or transport of up to 20 people at a time. So this is gonna, the Robovan is what's gonna solve for high density. So if you want to take a sports team somewhere, or you're looking to really get the cost of travel down to, I don't know, 5-10 cents a mile, then you can use the Robovan. Some people call it the Robovan, but so yeah. One of the things that we want to do, and we've seen this with the Cybertruck, is we want to change the look of the roads. The future should look like the future. So, speaking of robots, so everything we've developed for our cars, the batteries, power electronics, the advanced motors, gearboxes, the software, the AI inference computer, it all actually applies to a humanoid robot. So the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels. And we've made a lot of progress with Optimus. And as you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, sort of down, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO. And I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. Probably less than a car, is my prediction long term. Now, it'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but fundamentally at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll be able to do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks. Whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind. Yeah. Because I think everyone, of the 8 billion people of Earth, I think everyone's going to want their Optimus buddy. And there's going to be maybe two, and then there'll be producing products and services. I predict, actually, provided we address risks of digital superintelligence, 80% probability of good, a good outcome. Look on the bright side. The cup is 80% full. The cost of products and services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services they want. It will be an age of abundance, the likes of which people have not, almost no one has envisioned. It'll be something special. So, now one of the things we wanted to show tonight was that Optimus is not a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you. Please be nice to the Optimus robots. So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and they'll serve drinks at the bar. And you'll directly, I mean, that's just, it's a wild experience just to have humanoid robots, and they're there, you're just in front of you. So, yeah, with that, let's party. I love you guys too. If you look at that gazebo over there, let's get the party started.
Bueno, lo que estuvo diciendo es prácticamente que los automóviles van a tener lo que son los autos. El robotaxi va a tener un costo de entre 10 y 15 centavos por milla recorrida. Lo que es la minivan va a tener un costo de entre 10 y 25 centavos, 30 centavos. No, al revés, va a ser al revés, es entre 10 y 25 el robotaxi, y entre 10 y 15 la minivan por milla, centavos. Y pues van a mejorar prácticamente la vida de las personas, porque pueden ir viendo películas, ir leyendo un libro, en lo que los autos los llevan a sus destinos. Igual en la minivan, como ya ahí entran pues, entre 20 entre 15 y 20 personas, pues van a poder llevar va a reducir el costo del precio por milla. Los robots, el robot Optimus, va a poder ayudar en cuestiones de la casa, en cuestiones labores de la casa. En algún momento van a poder sustituir a un barman, a una persona que se dedica a preparar bebidas. Aquí estamos viendo que se van a que dos empleos fuertes, que es el de taxista y el de bartender, se van a eliminar con esto cuando ya salga toda esta inteligencia artificial y los robots, ya que estén al 100%. Pues va a haber va a ser un cambio en el trabajo de estas personas. Entonces lo que se requiere ahorita más que nada es que termine, porque él pone fechas, Elon Musk pone siempre muchas fechas que nunca se cumplen por lo regular. Entonces imagino que esto va a ser dentro de unos 10 20 años, así como él pone las fechas, para que la gente empiece ya a preocuparse de que le pudieran quitar el trabajo a un robot. Vamos hablando que unos 10 15 años, porque ahorita nada más es, en este momento nada más es pues la presentación de lo que va a venir en el futuro. No creo que alcance a terminar este año que viene, como él lo dijo. Si acaso si se puede. Él decía que si se podía, lo iba a implementar en el Model Y y en el modelo 3. Entonces, si alcanza a terminar lo que es el, el auto autónomo total, y lo termina, lo va a implementar en esos dos. Me imagino que a finales de año, porque siempre se aventura en los tiempos y no cumple. Entonces yo siento que en eso a lo mejor. Y en 2026 estaría sacando a la venta el automóvil que lo pudiéramos comprar, según él, en 30,000. Pero yo casi estoy seguro que no va a ser en 30,000. Eso mismo dijo de la Cybertruck. Él dijo que iba a costar 40,000. Y la primera salió en $500,000, la que vendió. Y las siguientes salieron en $115,000 más los impuestos, que ya viene saliendo como en $130,000 la camioneta. De 40,000 a 130 es más de 3 veces su precio. Entonces esperemos que los autos realmente sí salgan al precio que él está diciendo, que lo dudo. Lo dudo mucho porque cambia constantemente. Esto lo hace pues para ir consiguiendo. Al rato va a sacar que pongan un entre, para poder comprar ese auto. Y es donde él se está con la idea, vendiendo la idea que les va a salir barato. Espero que sí cumpla, porque en los tiempos no creo, pero mínimo en los precios, porque sí, los autos tienen que bajar de precio para que puedan ser accesibles a las personas, a las personas de clase media hacia abajo, porque él dice que está dentro de un rango de 30 centavos la milla. Pero si tú le anexas el precio del auto que te dure 20 años, que son otros 30 centavos, ya, y una persona compra un auto de 20,000, 30,000, aunque el otro sea eléctrico y él compre gasolina, aunque ahorita está cara, aún así va a gastar menos a 20 años que un auto eléctrico, porque le estás anexando el precio del auto. Entonces, para las personas que compran autos abajo de 30,000, aunque paguen la gasolina, van a gastar menos, porque el precio del auto más el precio por milla y los años que más o menos te dura un auto. 20 años, bien, bien, bien trabajados, te duran 20 añitos, te pueden durar más, pero ya el auto a sus 20 años, pues ya lo puedes cambiar, o ya tiene sus millas recorridas. Pues darle un tiempo de vida, de depreciación de 20 años, te sale mejor. Si el auto te cuesta menos de 30, tú usas autos menos de 30,000, pues te conviene más uno gasolina. Yo sí le veo esto futuro, pero sí van a faltar muchos años para que este sea un beneficio, o que si lo ya, si la persona que lo compre va a ser más que por el ahorro de dinero, porque realmente no se está ahorrando, porque lo que te vas a ahorrar en el precio por milla lo vas a gastar en el auto, y ahorita son muy caros, te sale lo mismo. Entonces ya una persona que le guste el auto es porque pues es una cuestión más de ideología, que quiere que el mundo que el mundo esté un poquito mejor en cuanto a contaminación, porque se va a reducir. Tiene que haber una cuestión híbrida, ir bajando la gasolina y aumentando lo eléctrico. Aún así los eléctricos contaminan, todos los autos contaminan. No hay nada que sea totalmente ecológico. Los autos todos van a contaminar hasta el eléctrico, pero va a ir, según avance la tecnología, va a ir contaminando menos y nos va a ir ayudando. Sí, ayuda, pero aún así contamina. Entonces, ahorita, hoy en día, está muy caro el auto para que se haga a nivel mundial. Faltan muchos años. Por eso él la pinta muy bonito, que sí, ya es el futuro. Es el futuro como esa persona que puso viendo hacia el horizonte, que es el futuro, sí es el futuro, pero estamos hablando de 10 20 años porque inclusive hoy en día la red eléctrica no podría soportar ni, ni si estuviera el 30% de los autos, 40% de los autos conectados ahorita es un problema que va iniciando, que estar cargando los autos ahora, ahora ya todos se tiene que cambiar la estructura eléctrica y está comentando que ahora los va a hacer por inducción. Entonces los taxis y va a haber un área donde los van a limpiar automáticamente. Entonces todos esos son espacios que él dice que como esa idea que él tiene de quitar los estacionamientos para poner jardines y dónde va a poner los autos cuando vayan a cargarse, si tardan más. O sea, va a ocupar estacionamientos y como tardan más que un vehículo, que el paso por una gasolinera, va a ocupar esos espacios de todas maneras. Ahorita lo veo muy bonito y que sí va a hacer jardines ahí en los estacionamientos, pero sí hace falta como es que sea más tangible. Espero yo que lo vaya modificando. Para mí sí es el futuro, pero todavía le hace falta y espero que cumpla con los precios. Porque sí da precios muy abajo y al final del día lo sube. Entonces eso le afecta mucho a las personas que quieren comprar autos. Y ya no les alcanza. Bueno, espero les haya gustado y nos vemos para la próxima.